hang on.
Oh, yeah, come on in.
Hey y'all, coming to you from Glacier National Park, way up north near the Canadian border in Montana. I wanted to share with you that last night I went to a place, a little bar in Missoula called the Rhinoceros. And at first I didn't think the bartender liked me very much. He seemed kind of standoffish, but when he brought me my second beer, he stepped back, he looked at me and he said, "You know, you kind of look like Billy Bob Thornton." And that would have been bad enough, but it was worse because that's the second time in 1 week that I've been told that. About 5 days, 6 days earlier in Missouri, these two women were checking me, two rangers, female rangers, were checking me in to my campsite, and the one turned to the other and said, "Don't he look like Billy Bob Thornton?" And the other one said, "You know, he does." People used to say that I look like Michael Keaton. Clearly I've not aged gracefully. Anyway, I was at that bar in Missoula, and I was sitting there just starting my second beer, and I heard down the bar a ways, and there weren't a whole lot of people in there, I heard this voice say, "Yeah, I used to live here in Missoula. Now I live in Whitefish," which is a city up north of Missoula. And it was just that accent, which I hadn't heard since I left the Southeast. And so I did what any Southern boy would do. I leaned over and I said, "Hey, where are you from?" And he looked at me and he said, "Oxford, Mississippi." "Where are you from?" "Birmingham, Alabama." So I scooted on down. We got to where there was like one bar stool between us because being, you know, Southern guys, oops, sorry, didn't mean to kick you there. Being Southern guys, we didn't want to get too close. But we sat there and started to talk, and we talked for about an hour and a half. Turns out he's an interesting guy. He graduated in '87 from the Master of Fine Arts Iowa Writers Workshop program in Iowa. He's teaching online courses for the University of Mississippi while living in Montana in criminology. Interesting guy. And so, being a couple of Southern boys, our conversations ranged. We made our way to, you know, skillfully manipulative mothers, Southern mothers, which of course then led to, he and I both confessed our total incomprehensibility of women and the way they think, and how that's created tremendous issues. So it was an interesting conversation, and you know, he was a cool dude, and then once again it was one of those places where we made I made a connection, that kind of human connection, and that was pretty cool. Right before I walked into the bar, I figured I was going to be needing to look at a list of beers and such, and so I went to put my glasses on, and look what happened. Can you see that? Broke right in half, and I have no idea where the other half is. Somebody told me, I think it was De Placido, you know, you need to get a second pair of glasses before you go on your trip. And did I listen? Of course not. So after I left the bar, I stopped off at a Walmart's and bought a pair of reading glasses, but I was in no mood to shop for them. And I woke up this morning and I realized that I think I bought some women's designer reading glasses. Take a look at this. Can you see this sort of webby? Can you see that? Look at there. Aren't those pretty? Isn't that sweet? But I'm very secure in myself. So, and also it probably means I look a little less like Billy Bob Thornton, don't you think?
Follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me.